With batons raised and tear gas at the ready, the police advanced, easily dispersing our marshals, who melted into a panicked crowd. The next thing I felt was a breathtaking blow to my head as I careened towards the ground. More fierce blows were incessantly raining down on my body. Furiously using my lower arms as propellants, I crawled towards a fence, with the words of policemen ringing in my ears. "Kill Davis! Kill Davis!" Would I make it out of there alive? I'm sure you'd like to know what happens next to Rennie Davis, author and subject of this story, wouldn't you? Well, we could wait 1 year or 5 years, and that depends entirely on you. He is writing this book about his experience at the eye of the social hurricane that swept this country in the 60s with the invaluable assistance of a professional writer, Alan Wardus. In order to keep up the focus and speed of this book project, Rennie has set up a book fund. Please contribute to it today to make this timely book happen. The story of the 60s is one of courage and conviction, victories and tragedies, peace, love, and war, and about a generation that irrevocably changed this country, and dare I say this world. Please help Rennie tell it. What we now call crowdfunding helped propel the powerful 60s movement forward effectively. Everyone gave what they could, small and large contribution. Let's do it again today. If you can give $100 or more, you will receive your very own copy of the book when it is published, personally signed by Rennie with his note of appreciation for making this happen. Other thank you gifts await you as well for your support. Rennie is thrilled to share his many riveting stories from that turbulent, transformative time in the 60s, in which he played such a pivotal role. He will take you into the heart of the mass demonstrations he organized, the thrilling Chicago 7 trial in which he was one of the defendants that mesmerized this country for months, his harrowing trip to Vietnam to retrieve prisoners of war, and his friendship and collaboration with John Lennon, with whom he partnered to bring 1 million people to the Republican National Convention. And most importantly, you will accompany Rennie on his long journey from 60s activist to the outspoken pragmatist and visionary futurist he has now become. He is mobilizing today's youth again, but to do it, he needs your help now.
The reason that this book for me is a cornerstone of launching a movement to change the world is because so many of us we know something is wrong. I mean, here we have humanity right at the edge of the cliff. You know, the whole world has become unsustainable. The ability to turn things around cannot be done with any piecemeal solution at all. We need a radical overhaul of the entire human condition. And you look at the instruments for change, the Congress for starters, corporations next. You cannot look in any way to any established institution to make the kind of change that is absolutely required. So who's going to do this? You know, the answer is we're going to do this. We're going to do this ourselves. We're going to re-script the entire human future right out of ourselves. And how are we going to do this? Well, first, I would like to start with the 60s. The 60s is an amazing story. We were in the millions. We had, in 1970, in the spring of 1970, we decided to go on strike. We closed down 90% of American colleges and universities. There were 5 million students on strike. Okay, it had an enormous impact. That's what this book will do. We're going to basically, share the story of how we did it. And then from there, move on into why it is so urgent right now that we come together in the millions and millions and millions to create a new humanity on Earth. We've got to re-script ourselves. We've got to create a new nation on Earth that can absolutely stand as an example of the human future. And that's what this book will do. That's what this communication will be, and your support will make this possible.
So please follow this link now to go to Rennie's Indiegogo campaign and lend not only your financial support, but also your voice to the increasing number of humans who understand at the core of their being that we must create a new way of living in balance with this planet we call Earth. We thank you for your support, and we truly look forward to hearing from you.